See ya, Jadric. Welcome to round 6 of Operation Charlie Fox. It is Giap. He has made it thus far. Clearly, I chose wisely. In fact, this game is probably being cast by somebody else because another streamer has been following Paul through this entire tournament. So, not only is it a battle of incredibly skilled players, but a battle of casters as well. I wish I actually knew who was casting Paul right now so that I could talk trash about my competition, but I don't. So, and they probably don't know I'm casting Giap either, unless they memorize that news post. But Giap has made it all the way to round 6. He's extremely tired. He's been playing KOTU all day long. If he wins this series, he secures his spot in the main event. And the same goes for Paul. We're going to see Giap's Soviets versus Paul's Oster. Same loadout, guard motor, shock rifle, and Lemleys against Paul's spearhead, mechanized assault, and close air support. Pretty textbook stuff. No surprises here. It's just going to come down to playing with excellent tactics, trying to out-micro each other. They will both begin vying for control on both sides of the map, and we will see Giap going with his Tier 1 build again. It actually failed pretty horribly against Gia. I have to say, it did not work, and yet he will use it against Paul. I almost feel he's doing this against Paul because it's not what Paul will be expecting, I guess. But I don't know if I think it's a very good idea. It's going to be M3 and Sniper against Paul's straight-up Grenadier spam. But he may experience more success with the Sniper on the left half of Angoville than he did in the very urban areas of Arnhem Checkpoint. We'll see. And yes, this is the official Operation Charlie Fox match live. This is game 1. It has just begun. And I should get a co-cast going with Sako if we're streaming the same game. Is it Mr. Sako? I like him. He's a great caster. I said I was going to talk trash, but I actually do like Mr. Sako's channel. I would do that. I hope it's probably too late. Maybe I can figure something out with him on game 2. We're not friends on Steam or anything. I've honestly never even spoken to him before, but I don't know, maybe we can figure something out. That's a good idea. I think Sunday Night Fights is following Cruzy, and his match I don't think has begun yet. Cruzy's gonna be up against somebody. Well, somebody else messaged him in his stream. I'm not going to do that. I should probably focus on actually casting this game. I'm amenable to that idea. Please no co-casterino. Why, Lumpy? You don't like him or what?
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
It's no fun. You hate fun? M3 pulling back a little bit over here on the left. There's a flamethrower just popped. I think they'll win this. They need to get out of that. There they go. Really clumped in yellow cover right there. Engagement went badly quickly. One squad of Grenadiers defending over here on the right side for Paul. He's just playing very conservatively around his one fuel point. And the resource game should be quite even here, but he's going to start struggling on the left. Does the M3 50 cal, or whatever it is that a 50 cal, I guess? Yeah, does the M3 50 cal sound just like the American 50 cal now to you guys? It sounds just like it. They sound very similar. I keep on thinking, whoa, is there an American 50 cal back there? And like, thinking something's going to get suppressed. There's the 2-2-2 to counter. And, oh, Minesweeper Pile gets picked up from Paul just in the nick of time as the M3 goes down. And he eats an AT grenade right here. I don't even know if that's going to get away. That could be a very expensive trade. Losing his 222 and that squad of Pyos is not worth taking out just an M3. Machine gun bunker kicks in here. That scout car has a long way to go before it will be safe from small arms fire, but it looks like it is going to get away. And those conscripts are exposing themselves to a lot of grenadier fire to try and finish the job. AT grenade just refused to come off cooldown. He's not going to be able to finish it, I don't think. There's the bunker. About to walk in range and suppressed. Scout car gets to safety. Close call for Paul, and he of course has to close call for Paul. He has to field a fresh squad of Pyos to replace the lost one if he's going to get that repaired. So picking up that Pyo squad, very nice. Sniper working on these Grens to force them back into the base. And on the right side of the map, the territory situation is only slightly changing. It will come down to Grenadiers versus Conscripts. They both have yellow cover at this range. I think the Grenadiers will win. Their LMG's about to pop, and he's got the option of a rifle grenade if he thinks that's necessary. Meanwhile, Giap just... The other squad of guards, he's going to stick with this guard motor strat. He's not about that shock rifle. Not about it.
We have new resources available.
You prefer solo Romeo too, Hajas? Well, I've heard it both ways. I've heard a lot of people that really like it when I co-cast, and a lot of people that don't. So, I think co-casting is fun just as a change of pace, because the vast majority of the time I do solo casting, and if a co-casting opportunity arises, I will generally take it just to shake things up. Maybe that's more true in the past than recently, though. Because I obviously used to cast a lot more than I currently do. But I have to say, I'm tempted to get back into it.
A new Grenadier squad is ready.
Am I lonely? No. A lot of people actually say that they don't feel comfortable casting by themselves. They'll be like, yeah, it's so awkward. Because I feel like I'm just talking to myself and not maintaining a dialogue. But I do maintain a dialogue, not with the co-caster, but with the viewers. So, it's not, the awkwardness is kind of removed in that sense. That's one of the big advantages of casting live. For people in chat. You have somebody to talk to. Right side being briefly harassed by Paul's Grenadiers. Sniper is... took a bit of damage there. One of them got sniped by Grens. Conscripts taking too much damage are forced away by the kiting 222. Guards are making their way up the left with the DP machine gun, trying to force away those Grens too. And thus far, it's kind of hard to tell who's in the lead. I don't think that anything has been wiped on Giap's end of things, but as far as kills... Paul is in the lead. He's in the lead, but he lost a full squad of Pyos, so it's hard to say who's in the lead, and for territory, clearly things are extremely even. But this full retreat from the left side is going to cost Giap big time. Grenadiers making their way across the left side. They still have full health and not even hurt. They're going to get all the fuel and VPs captured, unopposed. Right side, on the other hand, Paul looks like he's about to lose. And he just locked in close air support, which... I have not seen much of at all this patch. I expect that it should still perform quite well against Guard Motor. It's Guard Motor versus close air support. This is like I'm watching Starcross Cup 2 or something. It was like a game from 2 months ago. I'm actually really glad they did this because I have no idea how this matchup plays out this patch. At high level play, I'm very intrigued. I would have been bored to death by this in the past, but now that they've both been changed, well, closer support, just minor tweaks really, but Guard Motor is vastly different now. Curious to see if it can still stack up against Paul's close air support. So far, it doesn't seem like it's really doing super great.
Forces are securing our territory. are losing a sector. Taking fire! Our lines of supply are disrupted. The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines. MG42 team is ready for action.
MG42 out for Paul, making his way into the late game with, well, mid game with very heavy tier 1, which is very typical of tier 2. His only, oh my god, of close air support. His only tier 2 unit is his scout car. Other than that, LMG grens, flamethrowers, and now an MG42 trying to really lock down his opponent. The sniper's on the field, so that might serve to help counter the MG42, but he has to continue being very careful with it. It's only got 8 kills in 11 minutes, and it has lost at least 1 model, so far it's been more expensive than it's worth. Is that the gift from, oh, Casperitis, yeah. Casperitis, I haven't seen you in forever. Are you taking a break from Kotu or something? Is that the gift where Queen Duffy is... I don't even really fully understand what actually is happening in that gift, but it looks... If it's the gift I'm thinking of, I haven't actually opened it. Oh! I was like, why isn't he detonating that? There he goes. Full squad wiped. I was just saying earlier how demo charges don't seem quite as potent as they once were, but maybe that one's proven me wrong a little bit. Harassment attempt right side definitely failing, and close air support is starting to get more powerful for Paul. He's just all over the right side as LMGs are laser beaming everything down on the left. Scout car continues to inflict significant bleed. It's probably paid for itself. And it's nice to have on the field to counter the snipers, since light vehicles now are very powerful against snipers. If he even just very briefly got in range on this, it stand a good chance of taking it out. All opening very strong here against Giap. T70 is in production. I think this T70 will have to turn the game around drastically, or Giap's going to be in a lot of trouble. S-mine field on the right side just killed a lot of conscripts. Rifle grenade on the guards, only minor damage, and Paul retreats. I wonder why he retreated right there. I guess he didn't want to keep getting sniped. Wow, look at this. Look at this size of their armies, though. Paul is pulling into such a massive lead. 62 to 42, 2 wipes. Don't think Paul's lost anything other than a squad of Pyos. T70 on its way left. If he doesn't pick up some of this stuff, in a lot of trouble. Stealing this MG42 could be a really good start. He's not moving to chase aggressively, though. That could be a wipe. Oh, so close. There it is. PTRS snipe for the win. LMG dropped on the ground. Guards toss a grenade. Ball will dodge. Recovering that MG42 would be good, but I guess these guards don't have any weapon inventory space. Yeah, they do. He's not even going to make the attempt, though. Doesn't want to charge into the fog of war without knowing what's over there. Counterattack on its way left. One squad being sent to harass right. It will be able to take territory over there unopposed, as Paul is dedicating everything he has back over here towards the left side.
sector. New anti-tank gun has arrived. Stuka, AT support ready to take out enemy armor.
T-70's up to 5 kills. Not sure if that's going to be enough. T-70 spam is one of those counters to close air support that people have pulled off in the past. It's very micro-intensive, though.
Light tank ready for orders.
But if you get enough of them out and you just overwhelm the Gren blob, force a bunch of retreats, pick up a bunch of wipes, and bleed close air support to death, I've seen it happen. Need to be very careful of the AT guns and possibly Panzerschrecks. T-70s are quick, so they can dodge the AT strafe pretty well. That's an advantage. And the S-mine spam, by the way, from Paul is really hurting Giap's ability to harass. He's bled a lot of manpower stepping on those, so... Second T-70's out. Doing what they can, trying to stay out of AT gun range, just bleeding Paul's manpower. They haven't done anything too crazy yet. No AT strafe coming in yet for Paul. He might be thinking about it. He's got it unlocked, but so far, nothing. Flamethrower moving up the right side is taking control of the building and may open up some map harassment opportunities.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Paul's going to start taking control of everything over here on the left.
Enemy has taken our supply
Cut off
sector.
maneuver there by the flamethrower, plus demo charge, which Paul will probably spot going down. I think he'll have vision of that. Yes, he does, so that may be an unfortunate
Territory is out of contact.
placement. Rifle grenade to clear.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
And there it goes. Scout car is going to push away the squad as well. Another squad of conscripts getting shredded by S-mines. T-70's trying to sneak over here and pick up the scout car, but it's already pulling back to safety. Right side fuel being taken by Giap, while the entire left side is also falling into Paul's control. Close air support continues to pull into the lead, and this investment into T-70s has yet to pay off. Apparently the sniper died. I missed that happening, so fresh sniper also being fielded. I wouldn't be surprised if it stepped on an S-mine somewhere.
Sniper now available for duty.
Anti-infantry strafe, slow down capture of these territories, not much of anything else.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Scout car, counter harassment over here on the right side, pushes away Minesweeper easily.
The enemy
Tier
has
3
got
going
the
up for
sector.
Paul. He's going to get himself a Panzer IV, so even though he's close air support, he's not spent too much fuel on the munitions transfer. I'm not sure how many times he's used that, but his map control has been so good ever since getting out his LMGs
Our
that
supply lines.
he's been able to get out of tank. Not leaning too much on the munitions crutch. I feel he must have used it at least once though. Flamethrower, Minesweeper, 4 LMG grants, plus who knows how many S-mine fields. Feels like munitions transfer has been activated. Very aggressive maneuver by the Panzer IV right here. He will destroy that T-70. AT grenade does not get lobbed because the Panzer IV has taken no damage. That thing chasing down this T-70 will disengage. Although he honestly could have Giap in the same trap he was in his game against Gia, having no anti-tank. capability except the Su-76, which is, against close air support, an awful situation to be in. Because the Su-76 is not so agile that it's likely to be able to dodge this, especially if it gets caught in the middle of a barrage or something like that. I think there's a very good chance that it can be one-shot by this ability, so... Giap has been pigeonholed into some tough build decisions. He replaced a dead sniper, he's buying an Su-76 against close air support, he has no AT guns, and an extremely thin infantry army, and no map control.
Su-76 assault gun standing by.
Su-76 reveals itself against the scout car right and picks it up. That's the first step down an extremely long and arduous path to the Soviet comeback. Should it be possible. He's got 300 victory points left to work with, but I mean, I don't know. It's gonna involve some serious miracle working on Giap's part. Put a single memorable KO2 US versus line. Alright, Bazooka Boy, now's your time to shine. I like that one. That's my answer. What does the survey say? No? Nobody?
The enemy has taken our supply sector. Keep it short. Yes, comrade.
Paul continues to have completely dominant map control. More S-mines being planted on the cutoff. Grenadiers working the VP, starting up a triple cap. AT gun is finally in production for Giap. These are how Giap came back into his game against Gia. Whether or not he would even be in this situation had he not even gone tier 1, I think is a whole separate discussion, but whether or not he can come back now is going to depend on his ability to use Soviet tier 2. To get rid of this, and use the tools he has to try and deal with this sheer quantity of LMG grens. Recon pass coming in over the Soviet base. Paul may look for an opportunity for an anti-tank strafe against these vehicles here. It would come in quick with them this close to the map, but Giap's just going to keep them in motion until Paul loses vision. Looks like he's not going to drop any abilities. Didn't find any opportunities he liked.
MG team has been promoted. We built it.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. The sector has been cut off.
All of Giap's forces are now going to rotate right, try and win engagements over here and take territory. Meanwhile, Paul taking territory left unopposed. Ooh, wow, almost took out that flamethrower squad. But Fast Squad drops an LMG. Conscripts will be able to pick that up. That could help Giap come back into this game a little bit. Stupid dive bomb just got dropped on this traffic jam. Oh God! Move! Move! Oh, okay. That could have been worse, but that wipe hurts. What was that? Guards? Or just a combat engineering squad? I guess that's not the end of the world. Paul continues capture of the left unopposed. This flamethrower will obviously get pushed back easily. Oh no! Giap is preparing for an attack on his base, planting mines at the base entrance. Also an important component of his comeback versus Gia. Don't know if it's going to work against Paul.
The enemy is taking our territory.
I think Paul will play a more VP-centric strategy. I don't know if I anticipate him diving the Soviet base this game. While repairing on the VP, and Giap will hold on to an extremely small amount of territory while he waits for more manpower to come in, I guess, for maybe a second AT gun. Try and pick up some snipes at range. He's going to try his best just to hold this line. It's a very delicate hold on one fuel point and one victory point and nothing else. This cutoff won't even work. This is basically just a pointless overextension because these 2 points are connected to each other, so that's what I was going to be forced to retreat and be unable to help in the defense of the right. All it really accomplished is extremely minor resource loss for Paul. Panther in production for Paul. He's made it all the way to tier 4. That's how dominant his map control is. No Panzerwerfer, sadly. I would have liked to see a Panzerwerfer. I don't even think it's the wrong decision, honestly. Against a build that's this infantry section, infantry based.
Well done. We have forced the enemy down to 200 points. Panther ready.
Panzer IV going hard. Oh, there goes the T-70. Nice pickup. He's just going to dart in, pick up the T-70, and then dart back out.
Ready for order.
And now he's got a full health Panther that could do the exact same thing to the Su-76 if it wants to.
Are seizing a sector.
Sniper's trying to pick up that Grenadier, and he's going to stick around? No. No, he is retreating. I thought he was really going to sit there capturing the fuel. Su-76 is going to take damage here. Wow, that AT gunshot bounced. Surprising. Oh, that volley of damage. Oh, the mine in the road, protecting against base assault. Wow, I totally forgot that was right there. He kills the Su-76 anyway. Oh, what a tragedy, but it doesn't matter. The Panther obviously will be destroyed right there. And that long journey for Paul to Oster Tier 4 undone by one mine. Of course, the game is still very securely in his control.
Ready to strafe enemy troops.
Anti-infantry strafe coming down. Keep Giap pinned. Although he actually avoided it for the most part.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
And Grenadiers move up to secure the house, start harassing the cutoff. Most of Giap's forces isolated over here on the right side. The sniper's taking shots at range. Up to 11 kills. I'm not entirely sure this sniper's really paid for itself, but Giap didn't want to pass up the ability to snipe. I have not really seen him experience much success with his tier 1 builds. I'm surprised he stuck with it against Paul.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
No, you didn't miss Paul versus Giap Jadric. This is game 1. Still Plenty of potential left in this series. But bye, I guess.
Stuka can strafe at your command.
Looks like Giap will fully rotate his forces to the left.
We are losing a sector.
Su-76 pulling back. Ooh, Stuka dive bomb dropped on the AT guns. Not going to even come close to hitting though. Giap pulling back to safety. Wow, or it will come close to hitting. Surprised how close that came to wiping these. Turned out to be a pretty decent bomb strike. Even though he was in motion before I even heard it.
We have new resources available. The enemy is taking our territory. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
There's the AT gun out. Second AT gun is sort of in position to assist in this engagement. Mine just wrecked those Grens. That could be a wipe. Oh, the guards just couldn't seal the deal. Grenadiers get away very narrowly, but this Panzer IV is in a little bit of danger. A little bit. This AT gun unable to set up and fire because it's being chased off by Grens, so Panzer IV should be fine. It looked like maybe an over-aggressive maneuver there by Paul. He gets away unpunished. Panzer IV fortunately did not hit any mines. T-70 in production now. Giap going to stick with Tier 3 to try and counter his opponent's close air support. Probably only survived this long because of his ability to destroy that Panther, but even with that happening, he's going to be triple capped with only 70 points left. And he just shows no signs of getting any real map control back. I'll probably be able to keep him busy for the brief amount of time it takes to finish out this game.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. The enemy has only 50
T-70 being
remaining.
used to clean up S-mines over here on the right side. The infantry strafe coming in on these infantry to prevent capture of any territory over here and win engagements for the LMG Grens and MG42, making their way over. Flamethrower working the VP and T-70 on its way back over towards the left with sniper support. I think an S-mine field just killed something. Not sure what it was. Sounded bad.
We are losing a sector.
Oh, you thought I was offline? No, JJ.
Victory is in our grasp.
No.
The enemy has 25 points remaining.
As predicted by who?
Opponents are seizing a sector.
Or by whom, I guess.
The enemy is taking our territory. A Panther has arrived from the fatherland.
Fresh Panther.
Our skill increases. Infantry attack.
Rifle grenade to deter capture. Over here on the right side, the clock will be stopped from this point forward. Giap must execute flawlessly. And even that may not be enough.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Victory points bouncing back and forth on both fronts. Looks like Paul currently has the upper hand. The clock will continue ticking. Only 10 remaining. I don't think there's anything Giap can do.
The enemy can taste defeat. They only have 10 points remaining. Germany now holds the victory.
Every shot out.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
1 point left, and there you have it. Paul takes game 1 with pretty standard close air support. Looks like it's still alive and well. I don't see any reason why it would not be. Shuts down Giap's guard motor. No problem. Also, not a huge surprise. I would be interested to see if guard motor could perform better with a tier 2 instead of tier 1 opening, and of course there's plenty of potential for improvement on both sides of this. I think Paul could have done better, and I think Giap could have also done better, but I think this is a good example of the guard motor versus close air support matchup in this patch. GG. With a 410-point victory, Paul will be playing as allies in game 2.